All right. There we go. There we go. Welcome in, everybody. So got to get some stuff out of the way right away. So first of all, hello, Redria, and hello, Elle, and Crystal, and Rain. How's everybody doing today? Also, yes, Rain, thank you for redeeming that karaoke. It is my face. It is my face. Well, I'm glad you missed it, Elle. But welcome in, everybody. Yeah, it was kind of an impromptu week off, just because it was very busy. But yeah, we're back. Hey, Crystal. Let me get this timer up for the... Oh, I don't have it on this screen, actually. Okay, let me add this real quick. Countdown. Add existing. Countdown. Okay. Oh, that's huge. You craves it? Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, let's set up the timer here. It's going to look a little off kilter for the time being, but that's all right. Okay, so we'll set that to 18:15. And we'll get rid of the live in. There we go. So yeah, we'll start singing in 15 seconds. Oh, I don't want to move that. I want to move this. There we go. Okay, so. Actually, that's a little messy over there. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. If you don't know me and you came in with Elle's Raid, my name is Soul Commodore, and we're gonna do some charcoal drawing today. So without further ado, let's angle this down to the table. And actually, I'm gonna get up and maneuver this a little bit more. How's everybody doing today? Elle, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? I forgot to mention that earlier, but I really appreciate it. Hope your stream went well. Saw you were making some emotes. Went surprisingly well. Made many emotes, well, I'm glad to hear it. Very, 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 very glad. Alright, where'd my pencil go? We're just gonna throw a little frame on this piece right here. I must say it's good to see everybody out here again. And I'm sorry that I disappeared for a little bit there, but it was only temporary. There we go. I hope y'all have been having a good couple of weeks since I last saw you. 'Cause I think the last stream we did was October 30th. It's weird to think it was that long ago. Oh, thank you, L. I missed y'all too. So in case y'all didn't catch my announcement on Twitch, on Twitch, I meant on Twitter, we've got a new schedule coming out. Where basically we're gonna, well, first we're gonna try and sing in key. But secondly, we're gonna stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then at least one of the days on the weekend. That's the schedule that best coincides with my girlfriend's coaching schedule, so that we can still see each other at some time during the week. I think it'll work out well. I think it'll work out well. There we go, we got a nice border, nice bit of frame. Alright, let's get this angled a little bit better. Oh. Alright, let me bring up my reference image. This one's gonna be, well, as the title says, it's gonna be silhouetted. Hey, alright. Thank you for that, Rain. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get rid of the countdown. There we go. Alright. So, continuing on with the series that we're doing, the series of drawings that we're doing for my welcome in, Squid. I mean, feel free to. I mean, the redeem is there for a reason. But how you doing? How you doing? It's good to see you. Continuing on with the series of drawings that we're doing for the solo show, this is going to be another one in that series, exploring the effect that grief and loss can have on memory, and how it kind of no speed art redeems today. Oh, you know what? Also soul art. I turned off speed redeems for one particular stream. I forget what it was. I think it was me explaining what the premise of this solo show was going to be, and then I just forgot to turn it back on. So, but I don't have access to my paints right now. But the next art stream we do, I'll turn it back on, so we can do speed paints again. But yeah, thank you for reminding me, Redria, because I completely forgot that I turned it off. Yeah, it was just one of those streams where I was kind of going into what we're doing here, and I didn't really want that to get interrupted. So, but I mean, now it doesn't matter as much. So, but yeah, just exploring how grief can alter memory, and I'm using to sort of depict memory. I'm using images and pictures. Basically, I'm framing these as if they're like almost like Polaroids, right? Because pictures are one of the classic ways that we capture memories, right? And so all of these pictures, save for a few that are going to represent sort of like the acceptance stage of grief, all of these pictures are basically going to be very distorted in one way or another. This one probably has the least amount of distortion. It's just everyone's going to be in silhouette. You know, like almost like the picture just didn't turn out, you know? But before we can do that, we actually have to sketch them out, you know? Hell yeah, indeed. But I hope you all have had a good week so far. I know the week is young, but oh, we got a boss. I gotta remember what that redeem was for. I know it was for Super Mario RPG, but what was the... Oh, the chat window on this is so ridiculous. It doesn't let me just look. Okay, hold on. Let's see, let me look up. We got a boss here. What did that constitute? Just like Boyer, redeem this to lock the A, B, X, or Y button. You gonna lock the B button? Oh, man. Oh, this is gonna make this so difficult. Well, thank you for the redeem, Squid. If you like, I can refund that to you. But I appreciate it. You know, I did have half a mind when I started out streaming to sort of like disable all of the video game stream redeems while it's all good. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I will remember for the next time we play Super Mario RPG that we will start out the game not pressing the B button in battle. Which I think means we can't run from any battle. That's what the B button's for. We can't defend and we can't run away. But I did think about disabling all of the video game redeems during my art streams, but I am lazy and just kind of never did. And besides, if I did, we wouldn't get moments like that. You thought I was Soul? You can do it with streamer bot, but setup is a bitch. Ah, fair enough. So I have to admit, this picture is not from my own personal collection. This is actually from my sister's. It's from a school trip that she went on years and years ago when she was in elementary school to Niagara Falls. Once it's done, then it's a push button to do every time. Ah, fair. Well, I'll have to look into that. See if I can get that set up. Once again, I am employing the strategy of putting the reference image upside down. Even though it wouldn't matter as much in this case because there's not any faces per se. I'll get you a tutorial and send it to you. I don't have Streamer Bot, but Ghost does. I'm sure they'd help you. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I will take any opportunity to learn. So, thank you, El. But I'm doing the strategy of where I flip the reference image upside down so that it's easier for my brain to fill out shapes as opposed to trying to get like a human figure down or a human form. And you're just more focused on getting the shape right. Oh man. Speaking of Niagara Falls, my dad. Okay, so I feel like I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. Years and years ago, I was probably like 12 or 13. I think I was 12. We went on a camping trip to Niagara Falls, and it was because we would go with one of my aunts and uncles, and they really liked the whole like bring a camper van or bring like a trailer and camp out with a bunch of other people like on a trailer lot, basically, right? One of those campsites, as opposed to like going out in the wilderness. Whereas my dad very much loved like going out in the wilderness, even if there was like a cabin or something. Like he loved that, right? So anyway, we get up to this site, and it is the dirtiest. Just it's not a nice site at all. It's very dirty. It's not clean. Bathrooms aren't clean. Facilities aren't clean. The arcade that was in there was pretty gross. The pool was gross. Like, just, it wasn't very well kept. But it's where my aunt and uncle's friends were going, and that they wanted to meet up with. So, we went there, and I mean, I was a kid, so I didn't really care all that much. But that trip, the campsite was backed up on a railroad, basically a rail line. Hey, Chitanda, welcome in. Glad you're well. Good to see you. Yeah, there was a rail line that ran behind this campsite, and trains would go by like pretty often, all through the night, right? So, my dad didn't get much sleep. Niagara Falls, the Canadian side, can get kind of hilly, and this was right about the time that my dad started feeling the symptoms of the peripheral artery disease that he has now, right? Like, that's when it first kind of started kicking in. So basically, like, his legs were just aching all the time, and he just wasn't having a good time in Niagara Falls, because he didn't like the campsite. He didn't like and my dad's not a big like complainer or anything, right? So he kind of just kept this all to himself. You could kind of tell that he wasn't quite enjoying himself, but he wasn't gonna like ruin the trip for the kids or for his sister or anything like that, right? For my mom and the rest. Anyway, however, the second to last day we were there, we were in Niagara Falls, the city. It should also be meant like Niagara Falls is a tourist trap, right? So everything's also very expensive. So it's the second to last day there, and someone in downtown Niagara Falls, while we were going and looking at the falls and going like under the falls, like wearing our ponchos and everything, which someone threw up on the steps, and they hadn't cleaned it up yet, so that was fun. Someone decided to key our van. Either they keyed it, or they like scraped it with their car and didn't leave a note, didn't leave nothing. And that is the one and only time in my childhood where my mom specifically told us kids, you all need to be on your best behavior. Do not talk to your father. Do not bug him. Do not make a mention of what happened here. Just, he is not in the mood. It's the one time she ever said anything like that. And like, my dad wouldn't have like flown off the handle or like hit us or anything like that. He is not like that at all. It's just he was very angry. Is basically what she was trying to get across. And we got that. We understood. And we were kids, so like, kids can be annoying sometimes. But yeah, that was that was my dad's Niagara Falls experience. Yeah. And surprisingly, he hasn't been back to Niagara Falls since. Now, we did stop at a butterfly sanctuary, and that was cool. And there's a fort up there somewhere too that we stopped at, where we got to wear like 1800s era clothing. So that was cool. Like he was glad that my dad was glad that us kids were enjoying ourselves, right? Oh, Chitanda. So there's a bit of a change of schedule because I'm not streaming on Mondays anymore. So Tuesdays are now art streams. Wednesday is going to be Paper Mario. And then Thursday's still an art stream. And then Breath of the Wild on the weekends again. And then maybe another art stream if I decide to do Saturday and Sunday. But yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because now my girlfriend will be coaching on Wednesday evenings instead of Mondays. So might as well do a stream on Wednesday instead of Monday so I can hang out with her more, you know? But yeah. So that was our Niagara. And then years later, I went to Niagara Falls with some friends that I worked summer camp with. What I didn't know was that the reason I was on this trip was because one of my friends was on a date with someone else. So I went with two of my friends that I worked summer camp with, a guy and a girl. The guy was on a date with one of the girl's friends, and she didn't want to go alone, so the other friend was going to go with her, but they wanted someone else there to kind of like balance it out so that it wasn't just the three of them. So they asked me because they were passing through London because I was in university at the time, my first year of university. So they came and picked me up and we went to Niagara Falls and I had a great time with them. The date was really awkward. I don't think it went well. It was not going well. Which is okay because the friend of mine who was on the date has since been married and has some wonderful kids. You know, so things turned out all right for him. But that particular date didn't go well. And then we were walking down. I got Sonic Frontiers today. It's really good. Oh, good. I forgot that dropped today. Or not dropped today, but I forgot that had dropped. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. What's your favorite part about it so far? So yeah, we were walking down toward the falls, and this was like, I forget whether it was like November or if it was after the winter break, and it was like February or something. Either way, snow was on the ground and it was cold. I'm thinking it was like November or like early December because I still remember seeing Christmas lights up. Anyway, I was just goofing around and I was doing, so if you've ever seen the movie The Wiz, where Michael Jackson plays the Scarecrow, I was doing his little dance that he does during Ease On Down the Road. And while I was doing that, my shoe fell apart. Like the sole came right off my shoe. So I had a very wet and cold foot for the remainder of the evening. Yeah. So those were my two like formative Niagara Falls. The sole came off the sole. Oh no! Yes. Also, I should play it. It's on World and has lots of great exploration. Cool. I will check it out. If there's any dance that could do it, it's that one. Yeah. If y'all don't know, you should look it up. It's yeah. So I was doing that, just goofing around, and off came my soul. All right. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. So, now we'll fill in some of the background. What is this art piece? So this is continuing in the series of drawings that represent pictures that have been distorted, much like this one, to kind of represent distorted memories. This piece in particular is a group of people standing in front of it's like just a picture that was captured of people like on a vacation. Technically, this is my sister over here in the actual picture, but basically the way that the picture was taken, I don't really have to distort this one manually myself because everyone was like just in silhouette. It's not a very good picture at all in terms of like that. So I am just sort of capturing that. Ooh, I drew that up way too high. What am I doing? This is down near this dude's Thanks, sis, for the terrible photograph you took. Exactly. Actually, I think my mom took this picture. On just like it was back in the day, right, when you just took pictures with like a disposable camera and you hoped that they all turned out, and the majority of them didn't, because the lighting's all blown out, or there's like a smudge or something, just the lighting wasn't right. It was the luck of the draw, basically. You hoped you got a good picture, but often you didn't. Oh, is this thing saying, are you still listening to this music? Yes, I am. Can you please just play? Oh, what is this? Oh, Crystal, is this the Ease on Down the Road dance? Ah, there's Michael Jackson dancing in the Wiz. Yeah. Oh, did the camera freeze there for a second? Sorry about that. Oh, I was just very still. Yes. Sorry. Okay. How dare I be still? Exactly. What am I doing? I'm here to draw, not just sit here. This light can come up a little bit. There we go. There's going to be a little shadow from the phone on the piece, but that's all right. You redeemed mannequin mode. Yo, y'all remember that trend when it was a thing, like the mannequin trend? I never partook in it, personally. Not for any particular reason, I just never really did. Same with planking, I never did any planks. I did do the bucket challenge when that was a thing. I think I raised like $5 doing that. Speaking of, thank you, chat, for getting me on this train of thought, because I just remembered that I need to, first of all, I need to get this picture more in frame. You mean when people stood still in public pretending to be a mannequin and scared people? That might have been a mannequin challenge, but I was thinking more like, basically, you have like a group of people in a room or something, right? And everyone's frozen in the middle of doing some sort of action. And then the camera just kind of pans around and looks at everybody. So some people had to stay in one place for a long time, right? I thought it was pretty cool. That's the mannequin challenge I'm thinking of. But speaking of raising money for stuff, I need to... This has nothing to do with raising money, but it has to do with medical stuff. I need to send in my swab for I signed up to be a stem cell donor. In case anybody needs like a stem cell and like bone marrow transplant donor and all that kind of stuff. But I need to send in my swab. I haven't done my swab yet. I don't remember the mannequin challenge. I do remember planking. Never heard of that one. Yeah, I guess it was kind of a niche thing. Like, it didn't take off like planking did or anything like that. But the few that I saw was really cool. Like one of the best ones I saw was someone did the Harlem Shake, and then they did the mannequin challenge in the middle of the Harlem Shake where everyone just froze, and then someone grabbed the camera and like went around. Oh, thank you, Squid. Swab the poop deck, matey. But yeah, I gotta remember to do that, because the envelope's just sitting out there. Okay. There we go. Let me just turn this around, see how this looks for me. Yeah, it looks good. It's going to be a lot of empty space up here. It's going to be light and everything, but it's going to be empty space, basically. Okay. And now down here. Just some final little details down here. Also, y'all, Sunday we're going to be playing Breath of the Wild. And I think we might actually finish Breath of the Wild this weekend. Which is going to be interesting, because I'm going to have to think of what to play next. It's probably going to be Undertale that we're going to play next on the weekends, because I love Undertale. I'm also finally like picked up Celeste again, because I really love Celeste, and then like I put it down and then just forgot to pick it back up again. But I just finished the B-sides of the core. So now I've got like the Golden Strawberry and the C-sides are all open now. But I think I'm going to play Undertale on weekends now. Although, I don't know. Is playing 2 RPGs a little much? I don't know. Yeah, because we've got one... in the Champions Ballad, we've got one... Oh, actually, maybe we won't. Maybe it'll be next weekend that we do, because we've got to do the refight against Thunderblight, and then the final thing to do. Do what I want? Fair enough, L. Undertale and Breath of the Wild are very different. It's true. But I love them both. Both are very much in my top 5 games that I've ever played. I think I might go with Undertale because I might play Deltarune like right after that. You know? Kind of eases right back in because I love Deltarune too. It'd be nice if the other parts would release, but I'm not going to rush it. I mean, I can't rush it. It's not up to me, but... where are the rest of my charcoal pencils? There's some. And honestly, even as far as RPGs go, Undertale is very different from Paper Mario. So I think there'll be enough contrast that way, too. AAA, polished to hell and back Nintendo, or Mr. Fox makes music, put a game together with Game Maker. Yeah, exactly. You know, I had an idea for creating a game based on the fact that Toby Fox did the game largely by himself, and I was kind of inspired. And then I read about the dude who did Stardew Valley, and he did that by himself. Like, I'm pretty sure completely by himself. And it got me inspired to, like, learn how to create a video game. And it turns out that my brain just does not flow well with programming. Because I tried to learn how to do that, and I made, like, a little website. And then I downloaded Game Maker to try it out. And just some of the stuff I couldn't wrap my head around. Maybe I'll try it again someday. But that game also dealt with... it's funny. When I think about it, like, because I laid out, like, characters and general story and how I wanted the game to play and all that, and the plot of the game, and I started, like, making some music, because that I can do. Like, I downloaded FL Studio and started making music. It was just the programming part of it that just kind of boggled my mind. But that game also dealt with grief and loss in a way. Or at least the bones of the game that I was thinking of making dealt with grief and loss. So, in a way, this show is kind of a conduit for that. You know, kind of a reimagining, if you will. Hey, Zell, welcome in. Eating with family? Well, welcome in. I hope you all enjoy your dinner. It's good to see you. Hope you're well. Also, let me scroll up here because Elle was saying something. I can't relearn programming either. My brain is mush. Fair. Yeah, I remember when I was in university, it was my second semester. And my first semester, I took a computer science course. Now, that computer science course, the description was, keep in mind, this is first year university, was learning how to use Photoshop and Dreamweaver and Flash, and I knew how to do all that. I learned all that in high school, so I was very adept at that stuff. Right? I got an 86 in that course, which in Canada is an A, and that was the high. My first year of university, that was the highest mark I ever got in any of my university courses. But that's neither here nor there. The important part is second semester. That was computer science A. I also took computer science B, and B was learning JavaScript. And I thought I could lick it. And it turns out, the professor got like 30 minutes into the first lecture, and I was like, I do not know what's going on at all. I don't follow any of this. And me being a prideful person at the time, I mean, I still am prideful, but I was extra prideful then. Told myself, like, well, I'm not going to drop the class. I mean, I'm an A+ student, you know? When I was in high school, like, I was a dude getting 90s and stuff, right? I can get this. Like, I'm not gonna drop this course. Spoiler alert, I should have dropped the course. Because that particular exam, the final exam, I walked in realized that I had no idea what anything was on the exam. I had no idea what anything meant. That was one of those exams where I went in and I sat there for the allotted 30 minutes that you have to be there. I signed my name, I folded the thing back over, I handed it in, and I walked out. And I was like, I didn't write a single thing on that exam because I was like, I don't understand any of this. Even with the help that I got, I didn't get it. That was the first class that I had ever failed. There was another guy who, on our floor, that did computer programming, and actually programmed a little game on for smartphones. That was pretty fun, actually. It was a word game that you could compete with other people on in real time. Anyway, I got back to the dorm, and everyone was like, "Oh, you're back from your exam already?" And he was just like, it didn't go well, did it? I was like, no, it did not. But yeah. But it just goes to show, you know, when you're 18 and you think you know more than you do, you can walk into an exam and not write anything down and fail it and fail the course. And then, you know, it's okay. Because here you are 14 years later, 14 years later doing art for a bunch of people on Twitch, you know? So things turn out all right. Things turn out all right sometimes. Exams are bad? Fair. Hey, Elle, thank you for the raid again. Thank you for the lurk. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy your dinner. I hope it's tasty, whatever it is that you're having. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you, Elle. Thank you, Elle. I hope you very much enjoy your dinner. And we will hopefully catch you next time. Yeah, take it easy, Elle. Oddly enough, I knew that song as a soccer chant before I learned it was a real song from the 80s. Yeah. Yeah. Good old Rockwell. I've told this story on stream before, but for the longest time, I thought that because Rockwell is one of Berry Gordy's sons, and Berry Gordy was the head of Motown, right? And Rockwell was a recording artist. Now, I mean, there's obviously some nepotism with the fact that he had access to the studio and all that kind of stuff, right? But I had long assumed that Rockwell just kind of like called in a favor to Daddy to like get this song done. Somebody's watching me, and you know, called in a favor to Michael Jackson because his dad knew Michael Jackson was close with Michael Jackson to like make the song a hit and all that. I assumed that was the case for the longest time, and then I read an article that kind of delved into the true story of the song. Meanwhile, I've hit a slump on what to draw next. Oh, man, I feel that. I've been there, too. Those slumps can be tough. But I'm confident that you'll think of something. You always come up with real creative stuff for me to do with the speed paints. So, anyway, so apparently Rockwell laid down on his own. He did a demo of the song and showed it to his dad. And his dad was like, I don't think that's going to get radio play. So his dad, Berry Gordy, wasn't for it at all. Right? And then Rockwell showed it to Michael Jackson. Now, here's the part that I didn't put two and two together. like Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5 had been with Motown. They weren't with Motown anymore. They had moved on to Epic Records in like 1976, right? And this was like 1983. Anyway, Rockwell showed it to Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson and his brothers and all that were with Motown. So they knew Rockwell, because Rockwell was a kid just like them, right? And he would hang out with them when they were kids. So they knew each other fairly well. And that's the part I never put two and two together. So in this article, it explains that he showed this tape to Michael Jackson, and Michael got excited and was like, who's going to sing the chorus? And he was like, well, I don't know. Me, I guess. And then Michael was like, I want to do it. And then he recruited Jermaine to sing on there with him. So it was actually Michael Jackson that was like excited to do the song. He didn't call in a favor or anything, which is what I assumed happened. And then after that laid down, like, they actually released the song, and Berry Gordy heard the song after it had already been released and was like, hey, that actually turned out to be a pretty good song. But yeah. So it basically went the complete opposite of what I thought. Oh, you have another idea for the next speed paint? Nice. 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 So yeah, there's a little bit of music trivia for you. About somebody's watching me. I didn't know it was a soccer chant, though. Oh, it's just security? Nice. Nice. I always feel like somebody's watching me. It's just security. Whoa. That's a Vancouver Terrace original? Ah, fair. Oh, where's my piece of paper so that I don't smudge this all over the place? There we go. Actually, we'll use this side so that I don't get distracted by all that text. I mean, the text on that paper wasn't anything important. It was just a print test, but still. I apologize if any of these pencils end up getting squeaky for anyone and you can't handle it. I fully understand it. It's not always the best sound to listen to. That's the only downside to charcoal pencils is they get a little squeaky. Let's switch this one out. So noisy that it's shaking the camera. Yeah, I keep forgetting to attach the camera to something other than this table. Maybe I'll remember for Thursday. I know it happened last month, but how was your Thanksgiving? Oh, it was good. It was good. Thank you for asking. It was really nice. I know that American Thanksgiving is coming up. I'm not sure when, but come on. But yeah, Thanksgiving was really, really nice. We did it with my girlfriend's family, her two sides of her family, rather than going down to Chatham for my side of the family. But we're going to see my family for Christmas. Well, we're going to see everyone's families for Christmas, but we tend to alternate the Thanksgiving. The 24th. Nice, nice. I'm actually planning on being in the States during the Christmas season, actually, just after Christmas. Girlfriend and I are going to go down and visit a friend of hers. At least that's the plan. I hope my passport comes in time. It should. It's supposed to get here on the 18th, but hopefully that remains the case. The last time I was in the States was for one of my cousin's weddings. It was in New York State, and got hit with a big old blizzard that actually snowed us in for an extra day at the hotel. Because we looked outside like the morning we were supposed to leave, and we were like, nah, we're not going to try and drive back to Canada in this weather. It's a little dangerous. It's amazing how opaque you can get that charcoal. Oh, thank you. It takes a bit of doing. It takes a lot of charcoal, and a lot of practice. But that's one thing that I really like about charcoal. Originally, before I got to university, I didn't like charcoal at all. I felt it was too messy, and I felt it was a little bit too much like pastel, which it's not really like pastel, but I didn't like pastel, so. In high school, I hated using it. And then when I got to university, I got some like good quality charcoal, because they supplied it for the class that I was in, and I got to see what it could actually do. And I loved the fact that it got so dark, because with pencil I could never get it this dark. But I'm gonna try something real quick, if you'll bear with me. I'm just going to. For the last half hour that we're together, I am actually going to try and move this camera to the desk. Well, not really desk, it's a drawer next to me, but I'm going to see if I can get it to actually stick on there so that it doesn't shake every single time that I use this thing. Oh, you hated using charcoal in art class too? Also, yeah, never have a wedding in winter. Yeah, it can definitely make things more interesting, that's for sure. I'm going to try to keep the camera on the piece while I'm doing this. Okay, will this latch on there? I mean, it should. Sorry, everybody, for how shaky this is looking. Ooh. Come on. Actually, I just had an idea. Let's flip this backwards. Go this way. But yeah, you felt charcoal was too messy too? Hey, there we go. That worked. Okay, we'll reposition this. Okay, now we can shake this table all we want, and the camera won't actually shake. There we go. Unfortunately, now the camera doesn't move with the table or with the paper. But that's okay. But yeah, now suffice it to say, I love charcoal. Love using it. Although there was a time where I didn't actually do all that many charcoal drawings. You're a lefty, so charcoal was always hella messy for you. Ah, fair. Yeah, you know what? That's something that I've never even considered. But yeah, that would be messy. Trying to use charcoal as a lefty. Oh my goodness. I just had a moment where oh man. I was just looking for my phone, guys. I was just sitting here like, hey, wait a minute. Where's my phone? I haven't checked my phone in a minute. I wonder if anyone's tried to text me. Wait, where is it? It's sitting right here. Like my goodness. One time my girlfriend and her family get a kick out of this. Oh, I'm glad you've been there too, Crystal. One time I drove back, I was in Chatham for a weekend, and I came back up here. I was living with my cousin at the time, and I get back here, and I couldn't find my phone. Now, there had been times where I had forgotten my laptop. Like, I'd driven all the way back up here and realized that I forgot my laptop and had to, like, drive all the way back down to Chatham to get it the same night, the same day. And I was really hoping I didn't have to do that for my phone, but I tore apart my car. I checked all my pockets, and I could not find my phone anywhere. So I called my dad on my cell phone, asking him if he had seen my cell phone, like if I had left it in Chatham. And he was like, son, what are you calling me on right now? I was like, oh. So obviously, like, I just subconsciously pulled it out of some pocket. And then, yeah, I just started using it. So thankfully, I didn't have to drive back to Chatham. Yeah, that was a funny conversation. It's like, oh, yeah. Well, anyway, I made it back to I made it back safe. See if I can find some more of these soft lead charcoal pencils, because they don't squeak as much. In case y'all are wondering what it is that I'm actually drawing on, this is this little desk here is just an old TV tray. We get creative over here. Yeah, these medium ones are a lot squeakier. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now there's like a line on the on that charcoal that'll. Yeah, harder ones are the squeakiest. Yeah, yeah. I should see if I can go get some soft lead ones again. Oh, excuse me. The thing about it is the softer ones also splinter easier if you use too much pressure. But I mean, the key to stopping that is using less pressure. So, kind of an easy fix. Exactly, pros and cons. I remember I had never even heard of charcoal pencils until one day my mom came home with them. I think she had found these particular ones at a garage sale, or maybe she picked them up at the dollar. I don't remember where she got them. But she was like, "Here, try these out," and I was like, "Yeah, okay." I was a little bit skeptical because I didn't use them at all through university. Or wait, yes, I did. I was in university. I was on summer break from university, and she brought them home, and I tried them, and I was instantly hooked. Like I obviously like using the charcoal sticks as well, but these charcoal pencils are just really, really nice. That was a nice splinter right there. Hey, Chitanda, thank you for the lurk. Hey, Soul, I'm gonna lurk. Have an awesome night and great job on the piece so far. I always feel like somebody's watching me. I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you, Chitanda. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Really appreciate you. And hope you have an awesome rest of your day. We're going to be wrapping up here fairly soon ourselves. Got another 15 minutes or so. Maybe another 10 minutes, actually. I also hope you guys don't mind, just because of the sheer number of these drawings that I have to do. It's self-imposed. I hope you don't mind if I'm working on one on stream, and then like there may be some times that like I'm working on a piece on stream, and then I finish it off stream. If that happens, like I'll always show you what the end result was. Like I think I did that with the first piece that we were working on. The first piece that we did on stream, but yeah, there may be some times where I'm working on something on stream and then I finish it off stream just for the sake of time and getting as much stuff done as I can, because got to get all this stuff done by February. Unforgivable? But yeah, there may be some times where that happens. If you want to get a really straight line with charcoal, you can actually use like outside of a ruler, but sometimes rulers can be a little bit unforgiving with charcoal because that sharp edge on the ruler can like, charcoal lead is a lot more fragile than a pencil lead, just because of the different medium that it is. But you can use tape, especially if you're trying to like blend straight lines. You can use tape. Just keep in mind that the tape may not interact well with the paper that you're using. Some masking tape and some painter's tape will just tear the paper apart. So just keep that in mind while you're working. Me, I have a fairly steady hand, and I also kind of like the fact that these edges, they're straight, but there's a little bit of variance to them. Gives it more of a painterly feel, if you will. I feel like. You know, it asked me if I was still listening to music again. It's like, yes. Yes, I am. Okay. All right. Let's see how we're doing for time. Okay, we got like 5 more minutes. So I'm just checking something on my computer real quick. Bear with me. Okay. It's a technique that I should employ more, but if you find that your charcoal pencils are pretty squeaky, you can just do multiple layers where you just go back and forth instead of pressing hard to get that opaqueness. You can just cross over back and forth over and over again, and that'll it's a slower process, but it'll get you that darkness that you're looking for. Also, in terms of darkness too, there are different levels of darkness for charcoal drawing, or charcoal itself, and then charcoal pencils. There are some that turn out grayer, like it's a more muted black, and then some, like these ones, like this brand, that one right there. And then I'm using General. Did you see that? I don't know if that showed up. There we go. And then I use a General brand charcoal pencils. They show up really really dark. Which is handy because like that's what I'm getting these pencils for, you know, is to get that darkness. It's kind of the whole point for me. There we go. And charcoal will erase a little bit. So if you need to make a small little alteration, feel free to, but also keep in mind that the charcoal will stay on the eraser. So wipe the eraser on a piece of fabric, a cloth, your pants, just to get the charcoal off before you use the eraser again. Otherwise, you're going to put a whole bunch of charcoal marks back on your paper. Or whatever medium you happen to be drawing on, but it's usually paper. I'm presuming it will be paper. You shouldn't presume, because all that does is make a prez out of you and me. All right, I will. We're gonna end stream on that terrible joke, but I will give you all a look at what we accomplished today. I'll move this up a bit so you can see more of the whole thing. End this now. But yeah, that's what we got accomplished today. So good amount of the good amount of this got done. Rim shot indeed. Yeah. All right. So with that, now I got to try and angle this back to me without showing too much of the mess in the background. But there we go. That works. Thank you, Squid. I appreciate it. It's coming along nicely. I like where it's going. So while I put this stuff away back in my charcoal bag, I want to thank y'all for coming out today and joining me on this journey, creating more works for this show. Really do appreciate all y'all coming out. Let me fix my hat a little bit. There we go. Yeah, this was fun. It felt good to get out here again, you know. And here, I'll come back in here so you don't see that shelf because it's kind of messy. Felt good to be back here streaming for y'all. So yeah, it was great to see all of you. Elle, thank you again for the raid. Rain, thank you for the karaoke. Squid, thank you for the we got a boss here redeem. We will make sure we don't press that B button next time. Thank you, Crystal. You too. Let us. Which one of my art friends is on right now? We're going to go say hi to a Buation, who is an artist doing a Draw This in Your Style challenge. I always like seeing those. So we're going to go say hello to a Buation. So let me just put that in chat. No cheating. Yeah. Raid. Did I spell that right? I feel like I didn't. Oh, I did. Okay, cool. So yeah, we're going to go say hello to Buation. So the next time that we're going to come here is actually going to be tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're going to be playing Paper Mario. Finally getting into Chapter 7, I think, which is my favorite chapter in the game. So if you want to see TJ excited, if you want to see Soul Commodore excited, you should come into that. But yeah, that'll be 6 p.m. tomorrow evening Eastern. And then next time we're working on this, or charcoal drawings in general, in case I finish this off stream, the next time we do that will be Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. So hopefully you can join for that. And if not, I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. And yeah, let's go say hi to Buation. All right. And with that, I will sign off. Wait, where's my bye? There it is. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming out again. I really do appreciate all y'all.